Welcome back. I am here with attorney Mike White from Floyd Hunter Injury Law Firm to discuss some of the questions pet owners and of their responsibilities. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Very much. All right, so you said you've been getting a lot of calls lately about people who have had dog bites.
We really do. We get those calls as often as certainly weekly.
Wow, that's one of those things you really wouldn't think about, but it can be very, very serious for the owners and for the people who get the dog bites.
It really can. Dog bite cases, their average emergency room treatment is about twice for the same type of injury, say wound injury. I don't know why that is, but they're very expensive. They have a lot of really significant secondary infections. Like one of my partners has a case 7 months after he'd had surgery to repair this bad injury, this catastrophic infection, and that we asked the doctor, and it's just one of those things. They're just not simple cases like you cut yourself with a tool or something.
And there's a lot of laws in there too that are very subjective to how the bite actually happens. Like if it's on your property, even if you're keeping the dog, you were telling me that you're still liable.
You certainly can be. Alabama has a statute, which is just a written law that talks about a dog owner or keeper, someone who's responsible for the dog and has agreed to be doing that, being liable if the dog attacks somebody on their property or chases them off and attacks them. And then we get lots and lots of cases where dogs are out on the road or out in the county where there aren't any dog laws as far as leash laws or anything like that. And then it comes to what kind of dog is it? Was it a vicious dog? People, it's just a hard thing. There's a lot going on in a lot of dog bites.
And as some breeds too, you said are automatically labeled by the state as being aggressive breeds.
Nationally, pit bulls cause about 77% of the fatal dog attacks. Alabama's Supreme Court has recognized, just in a particular case, that a person who owned that type of dog knew or should have known that it was inherently a dangerous dog.
Now, there's a lot of controversy with that, I have to point out.
There absolutely is, and I'm a firm believer. I love pets. I think it's the person who keeps the pet.
Absolutely.
The problem with that breed and a few others is that they are inherently dangerous if they aren't properly taken care of.
Or if they're trained to be aggressive.
Oh, and of course, and oddly enough, that's the kind of thing that happens more often than you would think.
I'm sure that that does happen, especially if people are using them to dogfight in some type of dogfighting ring. Obviously, if they're going to attack another dog, they're going to attack a person.
And also, people will use them as guard dogs, and what I might think of as a guard dog is a dog that barks if somebody's coming to the house. And these are people that have dogs that will attack somebody that might get in the yard, like a child getting a tennis ball or a kickball, they not know. Right.
All right. So the best thing to learn from this is to have homeowners insurance or renters insurance, some type of liability insurance, if you do have an animal.
Correct.
Yes. And then if you have been bitten by a dog and you need help, they can call your law firm.
Absolutely need to call an attorney. We do a lot of these cases. Our number is, of course, 334-285-4488 or 452-4000. We'd be glad to help.
And you were telling me about a very unfortunate case in our last hour about a dog that knocked somebody down, and then of course the dog didn't mean any malicious intent by that.
And the law very specifically talks about mischievous or dangerous dogs. And so there are a lot of dogs that you might know that are busy and jump on people. My client that I mentioned before was at a yard sale, and the dog ran out near her, and she asked them to put it up because she happened to be afraid of dogs.
Okay.
He jumped the fence and knocked her flat and really actually hurt her.
All right. Well, the Floyd Hunter Law Firm, you guys can help with all kinds of cases like that. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Very much.